here and now today.
Breaking news, this just in. This is the moment, my friends, because today we have an amazing guest. I'd like to welcome all of you. My name is Vaidya, and you get a victory bell for being here because I appreciate all of you for being on the live, because when you're live, you thrive, and on the replay, you get to play again. Let me tell you all about my next amazing guest. Her name is Preethi Balasubramanian. Now, Preethi is a business coach, author, and founder of Wonder EA, where she helps solopreneurs and small business owners grow without burning out. With over 15 years of global experience across India, UK, and Canada, Preethi has worked in HR operations and C-level executive support roles, supporting leaders in both fast growth startups and global organizations like Accenture. A mother of two and deeply rooted in Indian family values, Preethi brings a rare blend of corporate strategy, cultural wisdom, and lived experience to her work. Her coaching helps founders move out of the operational chaos and into a true CEO mindset by designing systems that support both the business and the human behind it. She's the author of The Ease Equation, and she's also the author of children's books that bring Indian mythology to life, reflecting her belief that when people are supported by structure, values, and care, they thrive at every stage of life. So please, without any further delay, please welcome my new best friend, the super talented, super beautiful, super friendly, super nice, the one and only, the one who walked to school uphill both ways in the snow, barefoot, the one and only Preethi Balasubramanian. Hello, Preethi. Welcome to the show. How do you feel today?
Good, good. I feel good. Thanks for having me, Raja.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much. And if you want to feel good too, make sure you click the link below so you can leave comments on the live. All right, just go to facebook.com/StreamYard and hit accept. All right, so folks, let's just dive right in. We got a lot of questions to ask Preethi today. So, Preethi, we just met not so long ago. So we had a lot of fun. We had a great talk because I'm also from. I was born in I was born in India. I was born in Bombay, and so for me, I always love talking about the past, the future, the present, and how things are aligning, how things are changing, how things are growing going forward. So now, for you in your life, when was the moment that you realized that doing everything yourself was not sustainable, and even though the business was growing?
I think like for me, like my philosophy was like shaped way before like I became an entrepreneur or even
Yeah.
went to school to study management, because
Mm-hmm.
growing up I watched my dad, who was a solopreneur when probably solopreneur wasn't even a word used back then. And
Yeah.
I saw him like build a successful business through hard work, sacrifice, and determination. And that was what was expected, or that was what was told that was the way to build a business to them, right? And so
Yeah.
like many business owners of his generation, he believed that success required like pushing through exhaustion, carrying like every responsibility himself. And that did go well, it worked well, but eventually that pressure took a toll on his health. And I remember, I think I was like in probably grade 4 or 5,
Yeah.
and he had like this huge massive order that he had to deliver, and it took him across the country. And
Uh-huh.
what on paper was a really successful thing that an entrepreneur wants, but then
Mm-hmm.
he came back home and literally collapsed with a slip disc. and
Oh.
I think like that kind of stayed with me. And back then I didn't realize like leadership or business, but then I was like, oh, okay, so like success comes with a price, and you have to go through these kind of things. And that was what I saw. And then also realized later on, like supporting the C-suite executives and leaders through my corporate career, that uh, doing everything yourself eventually leads to burnout, and it's not
Oh God. And
sustainable
I
in the long run.
know exactly how you feel with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So how did your own experiences with overwhelm and burnout inspire you to write the Ease Equation series?
so I think also then to talk about me is when I initially started my business, I initially started offering like fractional operations and fractional HR. That's where I started. And I
Yeah.
started doing that when I still had my 9 to 5 corporate job also. So I
Mhm.
was doing my 9 to 5, coming back home to family, doing things for the kids, cooking and all of that. And then again plugging back in to do the fractional work that I was doing.
Yeah.
And I quickly realized that I can't do all of it and like
Yeah.
still have like a life outside of that. So I think that also kind of taught me that no, I should learn to say no to few things, or like I should know to plan myself and my day better to
Right.
match with like what I want from life, my energies, and how things work. So
Hmm. Gotcha. And so then, how did writing that book, how did becoming an author change the way you approach your business, how you do your personal branding, and creating a long-term impact beyond just day-to-day work?
so for me, like the first book was the Easy Equation, which is
Yeah.
like the framework behind my coaching and consulting now, which is
Hmm.
systems plus support leads to sustainable success.
Right.
And I think one was from all the experience writing it down
Yeah.
kind of also taught me in the process that I should also systematize some of the things that I'm doing, and whether it's my business life or my personal life, that I should ask for support when I need, and it's not wrong or it's not bad to ask
Yeah.
for
It's
help.
not
And uh,
okay to ask for help.
yeah, so and I think those are some things. And I always was a good reader. I was an avid reader, and so I think for me, when I read something or write about it or teach that to somebody else, you also do learn in the process. And I think that kind of shaped how I organize my business or my life now also, and kind of
Mhm.
pass the same values around to like even my family and kids.
Gotcha. I love it. Just beautiful takeaways already. So I'm gonna give you a ring of the victory bell. Now, Preethi, you have a gift for the audience over here. When they click on it, what are they gonna get? And just explain a little bit about its power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called the Founders Fog Sweep. So it's actually like it'll only take you like 15 minutes. And
Hmm.
it's kind of a diagnostic tool that helps you identify like your three main invisible loads. Because when many of the entrepreneurs, when you talk about it, they're like, oh, I have so many tasks to do, I have so many things to do, and they are very tangible ones that you know are on your plate, but then you fail to realize like the invisible load of your mental load, right? Like every time you have to make a decision,
Hmm.
that's a mental load. And that so the mental load of having to remember the same process over and over again, or having to go back to your relying on your memory. And then like every decision, if every small decision has to pass through you, then it's that decision load that you're taking on. For it might be the smallest decision, but the
Yeah.
minute your brain realizes, oh, it is a decision I have to take, and there is a pro and con to it, that's an amount of decision load that you're psychologically taking on. And
Gotcha. I like it.
so
Hmm.
I think so. It basically helps you identify those, and very quickly, like helps you save about 8 to 10 hours of within the week.
Right. That's great. It's great. All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Preeti. So let's move on now. This segment of our show I call the speed round, and some people call it the speed dating round because it feels like that. Like we want to get to know you as a person. I say people join a person, not a business. So that's why we want to get personal and get to know who are you? Who's the person behind the business? So Preeti, tell us a little bit more about, where did you grow up and how did you grow up?
Okay, so as you initially did mention, so I am
Yeah.
basically from India. So I grew
Yeah.
up in India. Um, all my education, everything was in India, and then I moved to UK for a couple of years because of
Mm-hmm.
my husband's on-site assignment. So
Mm-hmm.
there for a couple of years, I then moved back to India, and now I am in Canada for about almost 10 years now.
Ah,
And
well done. Mhm.
and I think like for me, I kind of live in two different worlds at the same time.
Yeah.
So on my business front, as I said, I help more entrepreneurs like build the sustainable business for them. But then by evening or by night, I bring like ancient wisdom and values to children through my children's
Mhm.
and through the storytelling aspect of it. So I think I
Right.
do those two things now. And the way I grew up kind of also has like largely influenced both aspects of what I do. The
Right.
entrepreneur side, I did briefly mention my dad being a
Mm.
solopreneur and how that impacted and how that's
Yeah.
why I do what I do now on the business and
Hmm.
coaching side. And the same thing goes for my children's books side of things also, because I grew up with my grandparents always living with us and heard a lot of these stories around. So whenever there was any religious festival or a ritual or anything done, my
Yeah.
grandpa would tell me the significance of the story behind it. And these children's books are kind of my way of passing them on to my own children and the next generation, those same stories and values that
Oh, that's
my
fantastic.
grandmother
And we'll
taught.
definitely have to share more of those with everybody. What about while growing up? Was there any particular either movie or maybe a book that helped inspire and shape the way that you think today? Because you said your father was an entrepreneur too. Was there anything that he said or did that helped inspire you?
So I would say like one thing with my father was,
Yeah.
and I think Aja would relate, is growing up back there. There was this belief of defined men and women roles, but
Yeah.
yeah, but then in my family or my dad never defined that within the family. And for me, it was never like, oh, your brother can do this because he's a boy and you can't. i
Yeah.
i never faced that, while I've heard my friends face that in their own homes. So
Yeah.
for me, my dad always did tell me that whatever you want to do and achieve, if you put your mind to it, you can achieve. It doesn't matter who you are, what's your
Oh,
background.
beautiful.
And I think that kind of always stayed with me. So if I face any challenges or anything, I can't, like, I recollect that and I'm like, no, if I want to, I can do it.
I love that. Yeah. Like, and I tell my children the same thing. It's like, I grew up with that same sort of mentality growing up with all of my first generation aunts and uncles. Everybody kind of had their defined roles and what they expected. So with my children, I told them both, listen, there's no girl and boy jobs. There's just things that have to be done. So you either have to do all your chores and we all share them. We all do fixing the car, or we mow the lawn, or we do the dishes or clean the house. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. And
Yes.
then I told them also, whatever job you want to do, just give it an effort. If you give it your best effort, there's no reason you can't achieve it, right? So same what your dad told you.
Yes.
So I like that he was very forward thinking. Good for him. What about now this must be fun. Like I grew up, I remember Bollywood movies thinking, listening everything from, especially I'm into Bachchan movies because I remember everything from like Coolie and Sholay and Rambalaram and all the other old favorites. That's kind of stuff that I grew up with. What about but the music always brought me back. What is your favorite kind of music or possibly favorite song?
I think like with music, like you said, yes, I do enjoy a mix of like the Bollywood music, but I also did have exposure to the Indian classical music, like the Carnatic music from the south. I've heard a little
Hmm.
bit of the Hindustani as well. So
Hmm.
I think like I do enjoy a mix of both, but then I think off late and also probably because of my son, he's a pianist and he plays the piano, so I
Nice.
think I now listen to more of like the Hans Zimmer song, like the musical ones, like his The Pirates of the Caribbean and the Inception and all those theme
Oh
music from
yeah.
Hans Zimmer. And also, I think for me, growing up, I did grow up with a lot of A.R. Rahman music back then, like both the Hindi and the Tamil ones, like Ilayaraja songs from the South. So I think
Yeah.
those are all like kind of still my favorites.
Yeah.
And my dad used to listen to like Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra and all that back then. So I had a little bit of exposure to that as well.
Right. And for those who don't know that, right now there's a new Michael Jackson movie that just came out
Yes.
recently about his life story. So definitely go check that out as well. Now, what about what about your favorite food? I always find this is a fun thing to ask anybody.
So I would say favorite food. I mean, I do eat all different types of ones, but then I think my favorite is still Indian food,
Yeah.
and more like the also like the Indian comfort food, like maybe the samosas and the vadas and all
Oh God,
those.
that's my favorite too. That's why I joke to my wife all the time, honey, I married you for your samosas. And, and so every year on my birthday, she makes me fresh from scratch samosas, and it's a lot of work. And I just say like, honey, I love you so much. That's Keep on doing that every year. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So you know
And
what?
I
Here's
also
what I'm gonna do.
like
Here's what
to,
I'm gonna do. All right. There's a famous a restaurant here in Philadelphia called New Delhi. I know the chef. Hello, hey G, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. Listen, we have a special VIP guest. We need a whole pallet of samosas right in the green room. Stat. Okay, thanks. All right. So that was a totally real call. And he's going to take care of you. Make sure you have enough food. Make sure you save me some too, okay? Because I'm hungry now too. Um, Now, what about what's a fun fact about you?
um, I would say I would have said my children's books because not many people know that side of me.
Right.
But probably since I've already mentioned that, I do love to do like pencil sketches and I do like canvas paintings and I
Uh-huh.
love to travel. So
Oh
probably
wow, very nice.
some of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, like those pencil sketching and paintings and things are some of them are in my books. So I illustrate my own children's books too. And this hobby kind of helped me to do that.
I like it. I like it. Very cool. All right. So, Preeti, before we shift gears again, just last question for you. Just what is it that you want people to recall about you?
So I would say like for me, I strongly believe in Maya Angelou's quote, like people don't remember what you did for them, but then they
That,
do remember how you made them feel. So
mm,
whether it's my through my
love
books
that.
or my clients, I want
Mm-hmm.
them to remember me for how I made them feel, like made them feel less heavy, made them feel that they can do anything, made them feel empowered. So that's what
Yep.
I want to leave.
I got it. I love you. Thank you so much for that. It's fantastic. So, I love the fact that you shared that again. There is her link down below. Make sure you grab it. Now, if you're watching this on the podcast, it'll be in the show notes. If it's on YouTube, it'll be in a banner or in the first comment. So you're a smart audience. I know you will find it. So make sure you grab that and find out and start to assess yourself. So, Preeti, enjoy all the food in the VIP room, and we'll bring you right back. All right. So while we shift into our next segment here, I want to ask you something. If we want to make waves in life, we want to start to create impact. There's something else you got to do. Sometimes you have to create a big splash.
When you throw a rock into a lake, what happens? No, there's a splash. You make an impact, and then you get waves. And then you don't know where those waves are going. Those waves are going past around the reeds, and you don't know where that impact is. So all of you out there, when you're on stage, you don't know where your impact is going to end. It's never going to end.
All right, folks. So in today's segment of 60-second mind shift, let's go fast and make a change in our lives and impact the world. So Preeti was talking about how her father taught her gender norms and how they wanted to change that and bring it forward. I know coming from Asian culture, we were always growing up with the idea men do certain things and women do something else. We've now moved forward past that, and I want to remind everybody it's okay to want to do anything that brings you joy. You know, men can become seamstresses, women can become army rangers or whatever. Like, you know, there's no barrier for any job or positioning. Whatever brings you joy and you can pay your bills with, go do it. Go do it. Don't let anybody else tell you no, because right now what the world needs is people that are full of joy, not people that are limited and stuck in a box in their lives, right? And so as a result of that, make sure that if you want to figure out where your assessment and your authority score lives, make sure you look up at professionalspeaker.us and take that authority assessment score. And that way you can figure out whether your speaking goals are on track. All right. So let's bring Preeti back and let's see what she thought about that and if she saved me any food, more importantly. All right. So Preeti, welcome back. How is all this? How are all of the samosas?
Yeah, the samosas are yummy.
Are they good? Okay, good. Did you save me any?
Sure.
Okay, good. All right. So Preeti, what was your big takeaway from that 60-second mind shift and what would you add to it?
So yeah, like you said, I think yes, it is. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are in your position or in your life. I think
Yeah.
the thing you really want to, you put your mind to it, put the effort in, you can do whatever you want to do. So I definitely do believe in that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wonderful. And then, so Preeti, thank you so much. You've been a wonderful guest already. I mean, we have Um, already some great insights from you. So one more question I want to ask you is that, if someone were to give you $100 million or maybe $100 billion, what is your grand vivid vision to change the world?
I would say like within my own area, like so for like the women, so I would like create some kind of a global network or a community with
Yeah.
like community centers and things like that that can help empower women who wear multiple hats. Like it can be business, you can be a mother, a caregiver, a partner, a community
Yes.
leader, because
Hmm.
women do juggle multiple roles, and I feel that there isn't enough support around the world for them. So
Right.
I think that's what I would do, which would probably provide them like more systems support, the mentorship, the resources that they need to be able to juggle all that they're doing and still have a happy, sustainable life without burnout.
Gotcha. I thank you for that. Okay. Thanks everybody for being here on the live, because when you're on the live, you thrive, and on the replay, you get to play again. If you have not had a chance to yet, make sure that you support the channel, like and subscribe, because that way I can keep bringing you the experts like Preethi, and so that way we can keep on bringing you the experts, and the algorithm keeps finding more people for you to watch. So thank you so much, everybody. This is Coach Raja. As always, don't fake it till you make it. Believe it and become it. And I'll see everybody on the next show. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, Preethi, good job. Hey, so 3 quick questions and then we're off. Number one, there's thousands of podcasts and shows out there, thousands of podcasts and show hosts. Why'd you pick my show? Why did you pick me?
I would say one is because Elizabeth did refer me to you, and
Yeah.
two, like I did go back and listen to some of your podcasts, and you've had some of my friends on it too. Like I know Andrew, I know Elizabeth, and then also I like the way your podcast flows. It's not just what I do for business, but you kind of touch on all aspects of my life,
Yeah.
and I think that's a good way to go because people kind of get to see the real me.
Certainly, absolutely, yeah, and that's the reason why I do that, is that because every other podcast, 99% of them are very stale. They just, you sit and you're talking about one question, then sitting around waiting for answers. But this back and forth is what makes it more fun, right? So for those on the live right now, if you're having a great time, please leave us a comment, give us a heart, give us a thumbs up. Make sure that you leave a comment, especially saying what was your biggest takeaway from the show today. And that leads me to my next question, Preethi. What was your biggest takeaway from the show today?
I would say like one is it felt nice that you also acknowledged my beliefs or like acknowledged the fact that like my father's beliefs that he passed on to me. So I think that was one thing. And the 1 million thing kind of thing that you do ask, I think that got me thinking on like, yeah, what can I really do? And maybe
Dream big.
I don't have 1 million today and I can't do it in that scale, but can I still start doing something at a small scale that I can do now?
Yes, and I believe everybody can. I think that, everybody always starts to think small, but dream big, because from small actions, you get big dreams happening. So, I never thought I'd get over 500 interviews in 3 years. I broke the world record, I think, in live interviews. And so we're going to call Guinness Book of World Records and see if that actually did happen. So that's one of the things happening. And also, shameless plug for me also, I'm going to say my son released his book. So if you had not had a chance to take a look at that, make sure you look at theshadowsbook.com and keep on sharing that. Please support a teen author. And he's doing his first podcast tomorrow at 16 years old. So I'm so proud of him. All right. So thank you for that. And last question, and then we're out of here. Just on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you recommend me to somebody else's stage?
Oh, I'll recommend you 10 on 10.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, Preethi, you've been a wonderful guest, and the podcast crew knows what to do from here, and we are out of here.
Thank
And